I'm worried for the people of America that are going to have to deal with him now. I wish we'd caught the right man.
The inspector has to do some work. Lupin will no doubt do what he does and move on. I've rarely heard of him staying in one place for too long.
And you? What's your plan now? I hope not. We've only spent a brief time together, but...
I understand.
I didn't expect saying goodbye to be so hard. There's still one more thing I require her help with, if I even dare ask.
I know it's typically the man that carries the luggage. It's just my camera.
Do you need a hand, Bernard? Of course, I'll take it. Here.
I wouldn't normally ask.
Honestly, Bernard, it's no problem at all.
She's oblivious to what riches the camera contains, meaning there is no reason for attention to be drawn to it. The home straight.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests aboard the... Yes, all right. At least let me say good afternoon. I have an important announcement. A message from... Hey, what are you... Give me that. That's mine.
I want everyone on the deck, and...
Give it here. Inspector Ganimard would like all guests to convene on the deck. He has something he'd like to... No! This is my ship.
Arsène Lupin, the fat lady is singing, and you are mine.
That's when Ganimard caught up with you?
Others would have been embarrassed as a public display of guilt.
Not you?
I let him have his moment in the spotlight. Judging by your version of the arrest, he remembered it very differently.
I feel there is a but.
But it was Miss Nelly's response that hit home the most.
Miss, if you don't mind?
I'm escorting Miss Nelly. As much as we've enjoyed the excitement of the voyage, we should be going.
No more. You are Arsène Lupin, and you are coming with me.
Lupin? Here? Where?
Arsène Lupin, let's take a walk.
Bernard, are the inspector's claims true? I'd say hiding who you really are is slightly more than an air.
Looks like nothing's going right for you today. Oh, yes, of course. Don't mind me.
Most amiable. I wanted...
I was joking. Get moving.
It was worth a try.
Where are my jewels? Tell us now.
You might as well hand them over. I know you always keep them close.
And allow you to find them on me? Inspector, please.
I have one more thing to ask.
Make it quick. Loverboy and I have a date at the station.
When you asked for my help, was that as Bernard d'Andrécy or Arsène Lupin?
It was the real me.
Satisfied? Right. No more distractions. Arsène Lupin, you're under arrest.
It occurred to me that she would not dare expose me publicly, but she might do so when she reached a more private place. However, when she had passed only a few feet down the gangway, with a movement of simulated awkwardness, she let the camera fall into the water between the vessel and the pier. Then she walked down the gangway and was quickly lost to sight in the crowd. She had passed out of my life forever.
The camera? The jewelry? They're not still down there, are they?
After everything you've just heard, that's your first question?
Oh, I have 100 questions for you. But that seemed the most fitting. being why you were on board in the first place.
If that's what you believe, what's important is where I ended up. La Santé prison.
It wasn't necessarily all doom and gloom for you, though.
One must keep themselves amused somehow.
I'm not so sure Inspector Ganimard found it as amusing.
If he had a sense of humor, he might have. I'm quite happy to let you take the reins on this one. Anything too exaggerated, and I'll be sure to correct you.
I am sorry that I cannot offer you anything better than this hard stool and no refreshments. Of course, you will excuse me, as I am here only temporarily, Lupin mockingly quipped. The Cahorn affair, declared Ganimard, impatient of Lupin's games. You see, I have had so many affairs. Ah yes, Baron Cahorn, Château de Malaquis, he retorted as if recalling an entertaining story.
Excuse me! Excuse me! Inspector Ganimard? Allow me to introduce myself.
Baron Cahorn. I know who you are.
I have found myself in an awful predicament.
Is it urgent? I'm here to relax and fish.
Urgent? Well, very. It's Arsène Lupin. He is coming for my riches. Fake? I've already had it authenticated, and it's him. I'll pay you.
He's behind the walls of La Santé, doing nothing but counting. Pay me?
3,000 francs. You've caught him once, it should be easy a second time, huh?
I could afford that new fishing rod. And a new pair of binoculars.
You'll be able to buy whatever you want, including a new wardrobe, judging by that coat. So, do we have a deal?
What was the neighbor saying about those fancy new machine carpet cleaners?
A vacuum cleaner? Are you even listening?
I'll do it. And don't mention my coat again.
I presumed you'd have had something to say there. I thought maybe I'd heard the story incorrectly.
You're doing a splendid job.
I suppose I didn't expect the inspector to bargain for his services. Without that offer, I don't think he would have helped.
Everyone has a price.
Thank goodness you are here. Where are all your officers? I was expecting half of the force.
This is too important for just simple officers. I brought my 2 best men. They're all we need.
As long as you stop him. I'm not paying you to chat.
Oh.
I'm not.
Huh?
I'm not paying you to chat. I have what is required, my servant, whom I trust with everything, my maid, who is still learning, but she is making progress.
And that's it? For the whole castle?
I have had others previously, but they didn't work out for one reason or another. As I said, Inspector, the strict minimum. The mail carrier, of course. It's him, isn't it? He's been fooling me for years. How many times have I stood and spoken with him?
Please! Let's just take it down a notch or two.
How am I meant to do that when my most prized possessions are at risk?
I think you need a moment to yourself. You must be the Baron's servant.
I am part of the house staff. I started with Baron Cohorn and...
I don't need your life story, just answers.
I have heard my fair share of stories about him. But Chateau de Malaquis is something different altogether.
If you think some rocks are going to stop him...
Those rocks have kept unwanted visitors out since the house was first built. And for Arsène Lupin, it will be no different. That side of the gallery houses Baron Cohorn's finest pieces.
So, I should probably check that area.
I can assure you, all possible entrances and exits have been sealed and secured to the most professional level.
Don't say I didn't try. Miss, I need to ask you some questions.
Of course. You must have heard about the ghost. Rumours, at least.
What sort of rumors?
Apparently, a young girl was killed and her spirit wanders the gallery whistling. I didn't believe it till I heard it for myself.
A young girl, spirit, whistling. Good thing I don't believe in ghosts. I'm putting my trust in you tonight. You know what that means?
Yeah?
Yeah? It means no screwing up. You ready?
Ready when you are.
I'm not paying you to chat.
Well,
What have you found?
it's going to be a long day.
I'm not...
Uh-huh. Huh? Um...
I'm not paying you to chat.
Protocol? Baron Cohorn likes to believe spending money on modern technology will protect him.
Technology? Like, science stuff?
The alarm system on the door. I've never heard it go off once in all my time here. I'm not even sure that it works.
Oh. Miss, I need to ask you some questions.
Of course. It's not my job to deal with that, I'm just the maid.
But have you heard it working before?
When it was first installed, we're not easy to reach here. Not much of a chance for it to go off.
That would be obvious to anyone. Huh?
So Inspector Ganimard had checked all the possible entrance points.
He must have been pretty confident that I wasn't going to get anywhere near the castle.
Had it been anyone else, I would have tended to agree.
I'll take that as a compliment.
There's a lot of talking going on, not much securing. Then what are you waiting for? Get on with it, man! Really?
Right, here's the plan. You and I stay here by the well. If he tries to come in this way, we'll catch him red-handed.
That is all well and good, but what about the gallery?
That's what the guards are for. I'll station them in the best spots. We get your stuff out of the way, and we'll be ready.
And you trust them? I don't know how I feel about having a couple of thugs in there.
Thugs? You'd best not let them hear you say that. Get some sleep. It's going to be a long night.
Very cozy.
They were only there to stop you.
I know, but I don't think cuddling up for a comfortable night together was necessary.
Well, according to the reports, it wasn't to be a comfortable or peaceful night as hoped.
What was that?
Is it the ghost?
Don't make silly jokes. Of course it was not a ghost.
Oh, of course. Maybe just my snoring, then.
Not at all. Listen.
It's very improbable that Lupin would use an automobile like a battering ram to demolish your castle.
Improbable, but not impossible.
Back to sleep, Baron. Morning, Baron. Sleep well?
What do you think? With Lupin coming for my art?
Looks like you had all that worry for nothing.
Only when I know for sure, then I will feel better. Well, what have you found? Everything is still there. My paintings, they are safe?
I've still got the gallery to check, but I'm...
Then what are you waiting for? Get on with it, man! Oh, mon Dieu! You were meant to stop this from happening!
There will be a logical reasoning.
I have no time for your excuses. How are you going to recover my stolen possessions?
Oh, look at them, sleeping soundly. Get up! Now,
I know the inspector said he needed men he could trust, but what does that say about his force if he had to bring them instead?
Do you think that would have made any difference?
I suppose not, but I can understand the Baron's frustration.
Do what you must. I want him caught. Besides your snoring, the car horn in the early hours, that's all.
and as I told you last night, it was nothing.
That doesn't mean I did not hear it. This isn't a joke.
Oh. No wonder he's always 2 steps ahead. This old dog's... Master thief? Pooh. Then that must mean... Huh? Oh, my head. I was hoping you'd be able to explain that, seeing as you were meant to be on watch.
C'est pas possible. And these are your best men?
Did we catch him?
You must have just missed him. But don't beat yourselves up.
Really?
Really?
No! Now, get up. Uh-huh. Just some good old-fashioned police work.
Well, what have you found?
I'm sorry, but you can't expect me to believe that you moved the entire skeleton?
Where would the fun be in only removing part of it?
Is this going to be an entirely exaggerated version of...
Allow me to finish. All will become clear.
Care to explain yourself?
I don't know what to say.
You'd better think of something.
It makes no sense.
Why don't you try?
I was guarding the room, and next thing I know, you're standing over me and the place has been ransacked. Saw nothing, but heard everything.
You heard the gallery being robbed, and you did nothing?
No, the ghost. The maid told me it was just a rumor, but it's real. I heard the whistling coming from somewhere near the staircase.
You there! What happened?
Isn't it obvious? He pulled it off. I did what I was told and watched the gallery.
Until you fell asleep.
Look, I couldn't see a thing. It was so dark. I could barely even pour myself a drink of water from the jug without spilling it.
Ah. Huh? Get your head in the... How does he do it? I'm hot on your heels now. Who said I'm getting slow in my old age?
Do what you must. I want him caught. I don't know what I'd have done if he'd taken that as well.
And the reason he left it, I think it's a fake.
You would say that. You know nothing about art. Here, the original receipt. What is that?
It's called commons. No, no. Not as clever as you think, huh? That would be obvious. I'm hot on your heels now. You're supposed to be an inspector, for goodness sake. It's going to be a... Carry on like this. Then that must mean... Well, my work here is done.
You mean you can get my art back? Oh, Inspector, thank you.
Oh, let's not get ahead of ourselves. At this stage, I know how he did it, but there's one more thing.
Oh, no. What now?
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but your Watteau tapestry, it's a fake.
I have already told you that is not true. I showed you the receipt, for goodness sake.
The seller, Mr. Percy. It was Lupin all along. And you really think he sold you an original? I know him. Don't believe me? Take a look.
Inspector Ganimard was once again to wear the face of a fool, tricked by his adversary from behind secured walls of concrete. How many more times could his reputation be tarnished at the hands of Arsène Lupin? Not one word about me. My name remains out of the report, and I'll make sure it's all returned. You have my word, commanded Inspector Ganimard. What was he even trying to prove?
He was too focused on proving himself right that I wouldn't fool him again.
That may be so, but did a piece of beautiful art have to be destroyed in the process?
Keep up, my friend. It was a forgery.
So, Inspector Ganimard was right in the first place.
In which case, he should have trusted his instincts. You've only heard a snapshot of the whole story. Let me take us back to when I received my first visitor in La Santé. My dear Ganimard, here.
You're going to talk, and I want the truth.
I've always said, Ganimard is our best detective. He knows exactly what.
Enough.
You know exactly how to rile the inspector up.
You learn a few things about a man when he's been chasing you for so long. The inspector needed to understand it for himself, not be spoon-fed the answers.
It seems more like you were purposely trying to provoke him.
Seeing the inspector in a fury was just an added bonus. I sent many letters to many recipients, but it was noticeably rude not to receive a reply from him.
You want to be his pen pal and steal from him?
Steal from him. Please, I've not left my cell. What is it you really want to know?